Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for attending the long-awaited groundbreaking for the new Della Russo Stadium. Before I get started and thank some various people, I'd like to acknowledge some of our elected officials that are here with us today. In no particular order, I'll start off. We have with us here former City Councilor John Correggio, City Councilor Ira Novoselsky, City Councilor John Powers, City Councilor Charlie Patch, City Councilor Jessica Giannino, City Councilor Arthur Guanasso, School Committee Woman Donna Pruitt, City Council President Tony Zambuto, and School Committee Woman Stacy Rizzo. Did I get everybody? Well, thank you all for joining us. And with that, I certainly would like to thank Governor Patrick, along with Secretary Rick Sullivan and Kurt Gertner from the Office of Energy and Environmental Affairs, for helping spearhead this project with an initial grant of $2.72 million. This grant will cover nearly 70% of the cost of this renovation, and without it, this project simply would not have been possible. Also, to the City Council for their support in providing the additional funding that was necessary to make this project a reality. I'd also like to thank the members of the Stadium Design Committee for their dedication and their efforts in helping to bring this project to fruition. I'd like to take just a moment and name some of those people that worked so hard in giving of their time and their expertise. They include the chairman of the committee, Frank Stringy, my director of planning and development, Sean Hart, the athletic director for the Revere Public School Systems, Paul Argenzio, our general foreman from our Public Works Department, Nick Rystrom, our city engineer, Michael Hinojosa, our director of Parks and Recreation, Chris Malone, assistant superintendent, Revere Public Schools, Dave Billings, the project director from Hill International, Scott Landgren, the design engineer from CDM Smith, Ward 2 City Councilor Ira Novoselsky, and Ward 4 City Councilor, who unfortunately couldn't be here with us today, Steve Reardon. This new stadium will be a state-of-the-art facility that can and will be used by people of all ages. In addition to a brand new all-turf field, we will be including new press box, new bleachers, new field house and locker rooms, new lighting, bathrooms, 2 new basketball courts, 2 new tennis courts, and in the first time of this city's history, an outdoor regulation track. As a growing urban community, among the many that will utilize this new stadium will be thousands of Revere children that are in desperate need of recreational space to live and play on. This facility will help to enhance the quality of life for them and residents of Revere for generations to come. This new state-of-the-art facility located here in our downtown area is yet another step forward in our overall plan to revitalize our downtown central business district. The new stadium will dramatically impact the quality and quantity of opportunities that currently exist for recreational and sports-related activities for adults and children. I look forward to working with our developer, the Heimlich Company, in conjunction with our architect and project manager to see this project through to a successful completion currently slated for October of this year. Thank you all again for attending this groundbreaking ceremony today. And now, for some further remarks, I would like to call upon our Secretary, Rick Sullivan, from the Office of Energy and Environmental Affairs to say a few words.
Thank you, Mayor, and congratulations to you and to the City of Revere on this great project that I am very pleased on behalf of Governor Patrick to be part of the groundbreaking here today, as I was a few months ago in the announcement of the grant award. Governor Patrick, since he first took office, has made a significant investment in the open spaces of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. And in fact, some $300 million over the last 7 years have been spent preserving and conserving lands across the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, over 110,000 acres to be exact. And Governor Patrick has made a special commitment to the cities across the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, our most urban cities in Massachusetts, known as our gateway communities. And there has been a special focus on the gateway communities because decades before Governor Patrick took office, there really had been no investment in our city open spaces, in our city's parks, and our recreational opportunity for the youth in our communities. And if you ask people why they live in the state they live in or why they live in the community they live in, they will talk about the quality of life. And when you ask them to define the quality of life, in almost every single instance, they will go back and they will talk about the importance of open space, recreational opportunities, the very heart, in fact, the very fabric of a community is the open space and the park opportunities that that community has to offer to its residents. And I can think of no more important asset, no more important piece of the fabric of the city of Revere than this stadium. So we were very pleased when the city, and working with our team headed by Kurt, who's already been introduced, working with the city to make this, in fact, a reality. And I know Governor Patrick would shy away from this statistic, but people need to know that since Governor Patrick has taken office, we have invested as an administration and as a Commonwealth in some 170 parks across the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, most of those in our most urban areas, so that today citizens can walk, and we define that as a 10-minute walk, can walk to a newly created or a newly renovated park in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. It shows the importance that Governor Patrick has made in investing in our cities across the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, investing in our parks and our open spaces, making those accessible to all the citizens. And not to be lost on this is not just an environmental opportunity. This is not just a recreational opportunity. It's an investment in the economic development of Revere and the other cities that we make these investments, because for every dollar we invest in open space and recreational opportunities, it creates another $3 to $4 in economic development opportunities for those cities and towns where we've made those investments. And you just need to look around that the men and women that will be building this park, all of the Massachusetts corporations and companies that will be doing the construction, the number of Massachusetts residents that will be working on this job. It is truly an investment in the economic opportunities of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and the city of Revere. So on behalf of everybody at EEA and Governor Patrick, congratulations, and we cannot wait to come back for the ribbon cutting on the brand new stadium.
Thank you very much, Mr. Secretary. Again, my thanks to you and Kurt for helping spearhead this very important project. Anthony Mareschi is here from Congresswoman Clark's office. I'd like to say hello to Anthony. Thank you very much for being here and representing the Congresswoman, and as well as representation from Speaker DeLeo's office. Unfortunately, Speaker DeLeo, who is always at these events, could not be here today, but please pass our thanks and gratitude on to the Speaker for your presence here today, gentlemen. Thank you. I'd also like to recognize and acknowledge they do a terrific job at all events that we have such as this, and that's our Revere Police Department Color Guard who's here with us. I want to thank them so much for being here. And so we have one more speaker that we'll be hearing from today. That will be Dr. Paul Dakin. You know, one of the things that we first talked about when we started to talk about the funding and the possible grant award that we received from the Commonwealth was the fact that we have a growing student population in the city of Revere. And while this will certainly be a multi-purpose, multi-use, multi-age type facility that people will have access to, there's no denying that we have close to 7,100 students here that attend Revere Public Schools that will certainly make good use of this, whether it's for football, lacrosse, track, and all the other sports that come with it, or that you know, we could use the field for our field hockey and whatever else soccer, all the other sports that we'll be able to use here on this field. And so it's certainly going to be a big asset to our children and the children of our community that I feel really deserve a first-class facility. So with that, I'd like to now call upon the Superintendent of Schools, Paul Dakin.
Well, I'd certainly like to put an exclamation point on the Secretary's words about the Governor's program relative to gateway cities, gateway communities. What they have done with parks like this and with that program is to build community. A field like this that will come into play that will be used much more so than the locked up stadium we had, because adults will be able to come in during the day and do various physical activities. It will be a space that's utilized much more in building community. And building community is part of what our school programs want to do. Certainly, we all know about how much more we're trying to have children work out more and fighting obesity and getting kids out into the fresh air and getting kids out to move and run and walk. And this facility, with the fact that adults will be using it a lot, will set a prime example to our young students about how to live healthy in the future. I think we, us older folks that will be in here utilizing some of the services, will model some of the things we want our children to do and give a place for that to happen beyond the walking that we do on Revere Beach, where a lot of the kids don't necessarily see that in the morning. This place is going to be active during the day while there are 690 kids in a building right next door seeing adults taking care of their health. So some of the lessons that they learn in school about watching your future and your future health and working towards staying in shape and well-being issues will be modeled by the people out here. But this doesn't come easy. The mayor has done a lot to bring this thing to fruition. You know, working with the state and actually combining and putting together the folks that are doing this work with the folks that are doing the work on the school is no easy task to get things to mesh such that we get the most we can for the buck that we're spending, from the state's dollar that's coming through the state program for parks and the Gateway program to the SBAB dollars we're getting from the school building authority. Those monies are going to come together well at an intersection point between these two facilities that is certainly going to enhance things by having them built out at the same time. And a lot of that is work that's really being done. You see Simon Tempest back there working from the school end, and Frank Stringy, who deserves an awful lot of credit here, managing this part of the project while keeping in mind all of the needs that the school has, the traffic patterns around here have, and how we can make it more usable. So there's a lot of thanks to go around for people that are certainly doing a heck of a lot of work to ultimately build community and build a facility for the community that will essentially enhance our chances to model good physical exercise and model good adult behaviors for children in the facility. So thanks to all, and especially to the Gateway program that has not only benefited the community in this way, but it's benefited the school in other ways as well. So the governor's program is certainly working here, and thank you, Mr. Secretary.
I see Mrs. Petrillo out there, and she is a Della Russo, and so as you know, this will still remain Harry Della Russo Stadium, and she's very grateful for that. So I want to thank you for being here as well. So thank you so much.